It can't be too formal already. Welcome. Question. What's the password?
0606
060602.
Probably his birthday.
Yeah, 0606.
Mine was also my birthday, so.
If I hold it, so it's him.
No.
If I hold it, so it's him.
Do they want to show they
No, they what?
No. Oh no, I was asking that do they want to show the where do you want to show this?
From this.
Okay.
Am I too down now?
Okay.
Am I too down?
No, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's 060604.
Hey, the intros are always. Nah, I feel short. I feel short, man.
Nah, you're not short. I'm just
short.
slightly taller.
Hey.
That's what's up.
Is it recording?
Yeah.
Probably.
So, but someone must check so that if it comes me.
How is?
John.
Now they're watching.
Yeah. But you were saying, how long can you go without sex?
Nah. Yo.
Hey, man.
All right, my dogs.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Welcome to the afternoon podcast, guys. I'm your host, Michael Max, and we are back with another guest. But obviously, he can introduce himself.
All right. HOLA MFETHU Halloween is the man who put up with the rap rabbi, Pablo Picasso the poet, Slate the gun, Slate the goat, Slate the great is what they call me. And yeah, I'm a musician and entertainer and entrepreneur. If kupomimali kulo India yens,
I can see you do more than one thing.
Yeah. I diversify my G because that's what I believe.
Is it cool if I put you in a position where you're a rapper only, or can I say you're just a musician?
You want me to be the rapper only?
Oh yeah.
All your questions rapper based.
Yes. Or
that's fine. That's cool.
That's cool. Do you see yourself as a rapper, or do you see yourself as I'm just a musician? Don't call me just a rapper. Don't call me a musician.
There's no offense. Like I don't get offended. There's nothing that has me tight from you calling me a rapper. But at the same time, associating myself with only that title can be limiting to my abilities.
Because I see a lot of people don't want to limit themselves. They want to like.
Yeah, mainly because of the stigma that has been attached with being a rapper. With like there's this specific image that people have painted rappers to have, at which
I see.
It could be negative.
It could be negative, it could be positive.
Yeah, for me, I love it. That's me. I'm hip hop. Hip hop is me.
But thank you for pulling through, man. It's been a while. We've been trying to do this for.
By the way, y'all need to shout out this guy. He loves y'all. He's been trying to make this happen, and I've been the prick that is. I've been the prick that's been slowing this. So yeah, shout out to him. He loves y'all. He loves creating for y'all.
I do it for all you guys. So subscribe, guys. Get the viewers up. Okay, so we got Slate the Great, man. So before we speak about the career, people love a backstory. People love where did the artist start?
Right.
How did the artist like grow up? So I just wanted to ask, like, where did you grow up, and like how was your childhood before you became this?
Like I said before, off camera.
Yeah, off camera.
Ikyan is from here, born, bred, buttered, sliced, peanut buttered in the United States of Gqeberha.
Yeah.
That's where I come from, Yeah. With regards to growing up, I grew up in the church, you know what I'm saying? So that's where the love for music started from. From my earliest memories are of old lady blasting gospel music every day. You know what I'm saying? That's what I grew up listening to as a child. That's where my love for music started, in the church and at home with the moms. We're singing at kerk, we're singing at home, we're singing everything. It's just music. So for me, making the music was second nature because I'm doing something I grew up accustomed to. That was life for me, you know? So because I love this, creating this is an even greater love.
And I'm not surprised because a lot of artists, when I watch interviews of artists, a lot of them, that when they ask, like, how did you get into music? And they always say that we went to church.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Church is the plug. Church is the introduction.
So, if you want to be a musician, go to
church. You never know.
Go to church, man.
Yeah,
that's where most musicians find their passion.
Exactly.
What they do.
Yeah,
so I see it's interesting, man.
That's where the love for music
But
started.
obviously, Slate the Great is It's a stage name.
It's a brand name.
It's a brand name. So I just want to ask, where did the name Slate the Great come from?
Okay, do you want, because there's many stories to this, right? The OG story, to plain and simple. Slate. Slate is my surname. Cool. So as a kid, Landy will tell you this. We used to make music like 6, 7 years old. We'd beat on a drum, just singing a whole lot of stuff. And I was obsessed with WWE. So with my WWE name, I was Slate the Great. You know what I'm saying?
I still am right now.
Like, yo, I'm WWE. What's your name? Slate the Great. Yeah. So that's how the name really started. And then when I actually started rapping at like 10 years old, I was like, okay, what's my stage name? And then I stuck with Slate the Great, thinking, okay, when I grow up, maybe I'm going to change. But the name took on a greater meaning. Because people will think, oh, Slate the Great, it's ego. This nigga's egotistical. But nah. The name is, the name, the Great, contains the great, because I believe greater is he that is in me than he that's in the world. So I had to put the great in my name. You know what I'm saying? So that's like the deeper meaning. But if I had to give you origins, I was a 7-year-old kid who liked the name because it rhymed with my surname. You know what I'm saying? So you choose which story you want to take.
I'll choose the first story. I'll choose the first story. The first story,
that's the beginning. Man. That's the beginning. Just a kid messing around.
Do you think you'll ever change the name?
I can never now.
You can never now.
It's part of me. It's like a manifestation of what I want to become. Great. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're working towards. Everything I've achieved now is like things I've prayed for as a kid. 10-year-old Slate, if I had to tell him what I'm doing right now, the people I'm meeting, the people I find myself rubbing shoulders with. You know what I'm saying? The places I've been because of my art, because of my talent, because of my God-given gift, not only of music, but of speaking. If I had to tell that kid, you know what I'm saying? I can't, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can't change it. Slate the Great.
Everybody needs to be great. That's why this podcast is going to be Podcast the Great.
Podcast the Great.
Podcast the Great.
Yeah.
Everybody just needs to be great.
Be great. Yeah.
So I just want to ask you, because you know that Amapiano have taken over. We all know that. Even internationally, they've taken over. Even artists are now jumping into Amapiano, like American artists.
Yeah, of course.
And with Amapiano going in, people feel like a certain genre is going out. So I just want to ask you, in the hip hop scene, is hip hop dead to you?
Never. Hip hop will never die, and I'll tell you why. Hip hop has existed since forever. Hip hop just recreates itself. It adds avenues. Like if you find with this new genre of artists that are doing hip hop now, you just recreate. The thing is, with this game, it's sink or swim. If you are going to be stagnant and not be able to diversify your craft, your sound, to stand out and be ahead of the curve, then you're going to sink. But if you're going to create and add log drums to add Afro beats to your hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Diversify. Hip hop will never die, my dog. The cadence, everything, it's generational. So not only in South Africa, but hey, my dog, it's a thing.
But what do you think about Amapiano taking over it? Like booming more than hip hop. People listening to Amapiano more than hip hop now, because that's what people are saying right now. Like the nasty C's of today is like, you know, they're becoming more irrelevant. And now the Uncle Waffles of the Amapiano,
do you really think
the Smalls are now bigger than them?
How about this? A few weeks ago, Kendrick dissed Drake. The whole industry was speaking about that for weeks. That's a beef. That's just an example of the power hip hop has, right? Now, obviously, that's a crazy example. That's because it's Drake and Kendrick. What I'm trying to say is, it's not because hip hop is dead. It's just that's what the masses are gravitating to, and that's okay. These things, they come and go. Gqom was the biggest thing.
Then
it's still here.
It's still here, but it's no longer.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I love Vianos. Don't get me wrong. I love Vianos as much as the next person. You know, like I love art. What I don't like is saying one part is obsolete because of another. I really don't think. If you really think nobody's playing Nasty C now because of Vianos, that doesn't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying?
So you're saying it's here to stay?
Nah, hip hop is here to stay. The people's mentality is what needs to change. If you really think, hey, now I have to jump to Vianos to become a success. That's on you, my dog. You do you. I'll never speak against that. That's your mentality.
And then, do you think Amapiano are here to stay?
They could.
Or maybe it's just a trend.
They could.
They could.
Or they couldn't.
We'll never know.
They could or they couldn't.
We'll just have to see in the next 5 to 8 years.
Also, the Amapiano that's booming now is not the same as the one that was booming when it started as well. So if they also keep on being ahead of the curve the way that they are right now, setting the trends the way that they are right now, they also could be here forever. And they've put our country on the map, for sure.
A lot of millionaires were made because of Amapiano.
Yeah, man, you get Cubs are the smallest, Cubs are the small.
Maporisa is Maporisa.
Okay, Maporisa was before Yano, but
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Nike was like the biggest song at some point. What's the Strolabam is going crazy. Tianos, and that's them putting, which is something we have to be grateful for Janos. We have to be grateful for Janos because them directing traffic towards South Africa is not only for them, it's also for the Slates and for, you know what I'm saying? We gaining from that. People are going to be...
Because now people respect South Africa now.
They're going to be, every time South Africa, something happens in South Africa, the eyes open, you know? They're speaking about us. The Tylers are doing us a favor. Tyler, water... You know what I'm saying? People are keeping in touch, the dance trends, all of that.
Shout out to Amapiano.
Shout out to Amapiano. Shout out to everybody that's doing everything for this country.
Speaking of, it's crazy you mentioned Drake and Kendrick. Speaking of them, I just want to ask, because everybody has their opinions on how this rap beef went. I just want to ask you, who do you think won the beef between Drake and Kendrick?
Don't ask me this, man. I'm gonna say
instead of Drake.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on Team Kendrick forever and ever. I say that because, hey man, we could have a whole conversation just analyzing the lyrics, analyzing the facts that were spoken, analyzing the substance that was in the music, you know? Like on a rap battle type of conversation, if we analyze who said this and what did they say back, pure rapping ability as well, come on, dog. No.
So you think when it comes to lyrics, Kendrick wiped it?
Yes. Also, if we're looking at the songs that are being played after the beef is done, not like us is still top 3, top 10
not
Billboard.
Like us is being played everywhere.
Exactly.
Even in Johannesburg, they were playing not like us.
Euphoria, not like us is being played in clubs, and that's a diss track. It went #1 on Billboard as a diss track. To me, now I'm not saying let's base the victory on numbers. The numbers just added to the source, because numbers is a Drake thing, but then you got beat on the numbers. So what now? No, I'm tripping. Nobody will ever beat Drake on numbers, but yeah, I'm just saying that.
But you still say Drake is a much bigger artist than Kendrick, but it's just that Kendrick has more lyrics than him. He's a lyricist. He's much better than him.
Drake is if we're talking numbers, popularity-wise, Drake is definitely, because he does pop, he does a lot.
He even sings in it.
He's done a lot, and Kendrick has been purely hip-hop forever. So now we're talking about hip-hop versus pop versus drill versus, what else has Drake done? Exactly.
What has
so it's exactly. So
but the thing is, you know, Kendrick, when it comes to Kendrick, they say that what people hate about him is that he doesn't release a lot of albums. He releases an album, then 4 years later, he disappears for 4 years, and then he comes back. But Drake has been consistent every single year he releases. So I just want to ask you, back to you.
Yeah.
When you are established, are you gonna be those artists that release every year, or are you gonna take 3 years off?
I prefer substance over, like quality over quantity is what they say.
Yeah.
I prefer taking my time and everything. Like, yo, how long have you been working on my mixtape now? You know what I'm saying? Like,
speaking to Buddha Pen.
Yeah. My photographer's off camera right now.
Pen, by the way.
Yeah, Buddha Pen,
shout out, man. Shout out to him, man.
Okay. Yeah, we've been working. I believe in taking everything into consideration, because when I make the music, I'm putting a part of me into that. That's me. You know what I'm saying? Every lyric, every story, I'm intentional with the cover art. I'm intentional with how you see me, with my image, with the sound, with the visuals. That's why Buddha Ben is here. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Buddha
Ben. I care about all that stuff, you know? So with me, my approach is, yo, this is what is not, yo, this is what is trending now, so let's do this. That will never be me, never was.
So if you release an album, right, it blows up, everybody's listening to it, And then people put you under pressure to release more. But the inspiration isn't there.
I won't release.
You won't release.
I won't.
Even if it takes 2 years, you're like, nah.
Hey, my dog, if I'm putting out something for the sake of people just wanting it, it's not me anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm very, 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 very pedantic with my art. Like I pay attention to so much detail that it might annoy others, which is why I've chosen the independent route for so long. Because I know if I were to be signed and all those pressures of people forcing me to drop, I might lose the love for what I enjoy doing, and I would hate
people want the old Slate bad. When people say that to an artist, we
miss the whole Slate. Yeah, man, because quality, man, like it goes back to what you were saying, like the people who say, oh, Kendrick drops every time, but when he drops, what happens? The people who love it, love it. You know what I'm saying? When he drops, it's a statement. When he drops, we're getting substance, we're getting, that's why. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then, once again, to some people, it might be like, nah, he might as well could have just dropped. To them, they don't see and hear it the way I do. You know what I'm saying? And that's to each his own. But to me, I care too much about what I put out there, man. There's another song that's blown up right now here in SA. I'm not going to say the artist or the name, but they hit me up for the feature. And I was like, nah. And my agent was like, bro, why didn't you tell me they hit you up for this? And I was like, dog, the subject matter was not me. And I was right, because the moment the song blew up, I think right now it's on 100K streams on Spotify alone. So the bro's from Cape Town. I'm not going to say his name.
You could have been eating from that now.
I could have been eating from that, but what am I saying? You know what I'm saying? Number one,
when you're climbing the ladder, you gotta say yes to everything. I feel like in a sense of way, when you're climbing the ladder, just like when someone says like, you wanna do this, just say yes.
If I have to put myself in a position where I'm losing my own morals and like what I believe in and what I stand for, then I would.
Okay, going back to this, right? Yeah. You might agree to disagree. Let's say Gqeberha hits you up. It's like, yo, I want you in a song.
Okay.
He sends you the song, but it's Gqeberha, you're a huge fan of him, but the song is trash. Would you say, nah, bro, I appreciate you, it's trash, and say no? Or would you say, bro, it's Gqeberha, and then just do it?
No, okay. I think the most logical explanation or the most logical approach to that is try working on something else. Try and working the track. I mean, like you said, it's Gqeberha. That's a huge platform. Never will I say, no, that's trash.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, what's the song about? What's the message in the song?
Yeah.
I'm not going to be making a song about
pictures.
You know what I'm saying? That's not me. I've drinking, partying, all of that. That's dope. That has its own crowd and all that. And I'll never hate on that, because that music has an audience in that in a situation where we're performing, and that's what gets the people going. We're playing that song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's not me. If I'm creating that for the next trend, for the next wave, then I'm not doing it, because that's not me. But if I'm in a situation where I'm like, yo, let's create a club banger that's going to get the people moving, then that's what I'm doing. But I wasn't in a space where, let's make the song. I actually told that Brai, I was like, this song is hard, bro. This song is beautiful. And I actually saw the snippety posting of the song trend before he put out the song. So by the time he hit me up, I was like, nah, dog, I know you and I know your song. This is a banger, by the way. Then he's like, yeah, I want you on it. And I was like, my dog, I won't lie, as much as I'm tempted, I can't do this, because the message is not me. I don't drink, my dog. Why am I making music about drinking?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's about how the message.
It's disingenuous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's disingenuous. So it's like, what am I doing? I'm lying to you. I'm telling you, go do this, go do that. I'm not gonna help you. It's like, I'm leading you astray. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, guys. That's just me. It's just my preference.
You should release a song saying Buddha Pain is a ladies' man.
Buddha Pain is a loyal man. Buddha Pain is a good man of God. Buddha Pain is a good man of God.
Yeah. But speaking of moving on from that, we always say that there's no support when it comes to artists. No matter what you do, it doesn't have to be music. Just being in the content space. People say that it's in Johannesburg. You need to go to Johannesburg. You need to go to Cape Town. But we can see that it's evolutionized now. There's productions here in Gqeberha. There's shows here. Gqeberha is booming. Artists are booming.
Yes.
But I just want to ask you on your personal level, what is the pressure for you being a GQ artist, a Gqeberha artist? Do you have pressure of I need to make it, or are you like, nah, it's chilled? I'll blow up the same way though. I don't need to go to Johannesburg to blow up.
Here's how I've looked at it. Like, number one, I've said this before off camera.
Yeah.
The city, we have a culture of adopting late to everything that happens. We're always late to the party as the Gqeberha. Something will happen, and then we'll catch on like, oh, that's what, you know what I'm saying? People have tried events that are happening, like that are norms in Cape Town and all of them, where the culture is like, yo, let's just support that. Yeah. They'll try it here and it won't succeed like that. Why? Because people don't catch on, right? Slate won't be booked by this venue. They'll prioritize an artist that's up top to try and attract the crowd, because the crowd knows they'll come for that guy. But Slate is just from Gqeberha, so we won't pull up. You know what I'm saying? But Slate will be seen with the other guy, and now it's like, yo, Slate is ours, let's go. You know what I'm saying? That's the culture here, and that's just what they've made the norm to be. Another thing is, as hip-hop artists, I've realized this, with regards to performances, they don't prioritize with us anymore. It's the DJs that are getting the limelight here in PE, in the clubs and all that. And that's okay. Why? Because I know that the moment I'm hopping on the stage, what am I doing with the minutes that I've got on there to make sure that the person that's watching there is like, yo, I need Slate on my show. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So with regards to...
Hey man, you're positive with every question that I ask you. You're positive about everything.
Positive or honest?
I would say both.
Yeah, it's
so you don't feel the pressure?
Pressure...
where I need to carry this whole city on my back.
I need to...
because...
I raised the city. In my music, if you listen, there's been many a time where I'm like, I'm from GQ. I love the city, man. Like I said,
it's a beautiful city.
Yeah, it's my home. It's what I've known all my life. You know what I'm saying? Whether or not it puts me at a pedestal yet has nothing to do with me. I love it because of what it's made me. Everything I know life to be, my surroundings is Gqeberha. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like Gqeberha is it's an underdog city.
It is. We are definitely like slept on as the Eastern Cape, though. As the Eastern Cape,
underdogs in movies, they always overcome.
Yeah, Joe.
So I just feel like one day.
Yeah, Joe. We just need, and I know there's many artists. Many artists have tried to put the city on the map. I know I'm doing it. I know Good Legend is doing this. I love Good Legend, by the way. Dafai has put us like.
I'm putting you with the podcasting.
You putting us on the map right now. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? All of us are playing this role where we are trying to put this city on. Like, Good Legend will never not mention Umtata in a record. Right now, we put out a mixtape with DJ Switch. What's it called? Umtato Tata. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's putting on his city. Landy and I, on my EP, I had a record with him. Fire track, by the way. Do check it out. Midnight in the 041.
Send me a link. I'll put
it
up there.
Midnight in the 041.
Yeah.
Landy recently released a track with a producer from Cape Town called Welcome to GQ. That's Gqeberha. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We love this place. We'll never give up on this place. So this is home for us. By any means.
This is all we know.
The people are going to catch up, right? We're just going to keep on keeping on. Keeping on. The pressure won't let us fold. Whether the people are not catching on to us or not has nothing to do with us, because our work ethic and our work rate will make sure that they'll either catch us now or they'll catch on later.
Yeah. But eventually...
we're moving regardless.
Eventually we'll get there.
You can't ignore us for long.
Speaking of putting people on, I just want to say, you guys, we are currently shooting at the Self Seekers Recording Studio.
Shout out.
Go to Instagram, go to TikTok, check out the Self Seekers Recording Studio.
Word.
If you're an artist, if you want to record a podcast like me, if you want to record anything, check out the Self Seekers.
Shout out Self Seekers, man.
Shout out Self Seekers, man. Shout out to you.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to ask you this. It might be a tricky question for you.
Go for it.
It might be, easy question for you.
Ask
but
it.
Who are the top 3 greatest rappers in SA?
Top 3 greatest.
Yeah.
In terms of rapping ability or like size, magnitude, fan base.
Rapping ability.
Rapping ability.
Rapping ability.
I'll do you one better. I'm gonna give you my favorites, and then I'm gonna give you people who I think pen-wise, writing are great, and then I'm also gonna give you people that I think are on the come up that are doing crazy. You know. Number one, to me, I think A-Reece is amazing. If you're talking about rapping ability in SA, you can't ignore that.
A-Reece, okay.
Yes. You also can't ignore Pretty Ugly. Pen-wise, you can't ignore Pretty Ugly, right? And then there's Zulu Mecca. Pen-wise, her pen game is unmatched. Zulu Mecca, right?
Hey man, I'll be honest, I don't know who that is.
You don't know Zulu Mecca? Plug yourself, my dog. Don't sleep.
I'm trying to ignore it.
Don't sleep. Yeah. Obviously, there's OGs like Stogie T right now. Stogie T. Obviously. Yeah. And then obviously, Nasty C. Cool. I've given you 5 now. I've given you 5. Cool. My favorites and then has to be myself. No, I'm joking. Yeah. But like, no, not joking. Joking. Slate, The Great, Landy, Alex NDI, keep those names. There's Leo Brown. Once again, this goes into the list of people who are on the come up that I really love. King Kid, I love him. And then, yeah, man. Then there's other people who are just killing it, right? Like the cities that I think people don't realize it, but they're creeping on. Cape Town, Durban, and Pretoria are making a madness in the mainstream right now. Yeah. If you find most of the people in Jersey killing it aren't necessarily from Jersey. Gqeberha's not from Jersey. Yeah,
because I feel like for a long time, people
it's been outside that are doing a madness. You know what I'm saying?
We've been getting Johannesburg out. We've known that now. We want to keep other people.
Jersey is the place they go to. Because like that's what the culture has made it to be. Like that's where you go to
like
succeed.
Hollywood.
Yeah, it's our Hollywood.
It's our
exactly.
Hollywood, Los Angeles.
Yeah. So, but you'll find that most of the people that are killing it there are not from there. Casper was never from there. AKA was never from there. R.I.P. And then there's many other people that are on the come up, right? Or not necessarily on the come up, but that are killing it. For example, Bravo LaRue just left. He's in Switzerland right now. He's from Cape Town.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Even I think Uncle Waffle is not from Joburg.
Uncle Waffles, isn't she from Swaziland?
Swaziland, yeah, she's from Swaziland.
Eswatini, yeah.
Eswatini, something like that.
Yeah.
Now she's international. She's
crazy.
big now.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, my dog, for as far as my favorite artists and who I think are killing it, there's many names, and I'm going to kick myself because there's many people I'm forgetting right now. It's even producers, you know, producers that I've worked with that I think are slipped on, but people are going to catch up. For example, Akeem is a brother I've been chatting to. Akeem made music with Blackie. Why? Like and Blackie's first tapes, man. Equinox 1, Equinox 2, SoundCloud days, Blackie, Akeem. And Akeem, I can't say that on camera. yeah. I was about to say something, but I realized he told me that in confidence. So yeah, like there's many other, no, not necessarily something counselable, but he told me he was working on something, and I almost spilled the beans before he announced it to his. Nah, can't do that. But yeah, there's many people, bro. Producers, let's not sleep on young talent because that's the future. Bro. We got the creative currency, and people need to wake up and realize that the creative scene needs us, needs our innovation. What you're doing now, what he's doing now. Yeah. What I'm doing now with the people, you know, Buta Ben, everybody that's not even in this room.
We got Riz the DJ.
Yeah. The DJs. You know what I'm saying?
We got ladies man Buta Ben.
Don't play with my dude's name like that.
Buta Ben. I'll tell you so you guys know who he is.
Yeah. That's my shooter.
Shout out to all the niggas. Shout out to all the niggas in the room, man. I just want to ask you this. You don't have to answer it. But for people to know, maybe someone sees you and they want to book you. Like, how much do you charge, bro?
How much do I charge?
Yeah.
I actually just got this question off cam. How about you go to my Instagram, @slipthegate_.
Yeah.
Check the details on the bio, and then we'll chat. Management will tell you how much I charge.
Hey, man.
Management will tell you how much I charge.
It's not too pricey, though. It's just a reasonable price.
I don't know. It's
definitely on the person.
No, it's not dependent on the person. What I think is, my dog, my value is determined on what you think I'm valued at. It's not necessarily the same as what I think my value is. Why? Because you'll see me and be like, oh, this guy has a few thousands followers.
So
he's getting a few thousand.
So he deserves this.
He's getting a few. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know what those people are doing with what I've created. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I know the rooms that the people have gotten me into, the ones that played my music. It's not about how many people are playing, it's who's peeping it. Off cam right now on our way here, I told you about offers I've received.
Yeah, I remember.
Because of that. Yeah. I'm not going to speak about that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but it's not about necessarily numbers. You'll look at me and be like, why do you deserve this? It's because I know that if I'm at that place, at least this specific number of people are going to show up. Give you a quick example. Landy and I did something called Kings of GQ here in PE, right?
Yeah.
Kings of GQ came as a concept, let's say the 20th of December. No, 19th of December.
Yeah.
We find a venue. The venue's available on the 29th. AJ, 29th, né?
Yeah.
29th. On the 29th of December is the venue. We just keep in mind, this whole thing we came up with on the 19th.
Yeah.
Originally, we wanted to do it on Landy's birthday, the 2nd of Jan. But when we were like, this venue is available on the 29th of December. So we're like, okay, we have 8 days. Cool. By the next day, we would put it up, the tickets, right?
Yeah.
Early bird and all of that. We only put up like early bird, 50 early bird tickets, whatever. We're keeping it chill. On the day of Kings of GQ, ask AJ, bro, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Ask Buta Ben, how many people showed up with only 8 days of performing? You know what I'm saying? So that's me telling you the
amount of support.
Like people will gravitate to what they think is real and what is genuine. And I believe that, okay, my supporters have a name now. They've called themselves the Slaters. So I believe the Slaters have that thing where they know what's real. They're going to pull up. Landy's fan base the same. So what I'm charging you is, I'm not charging you because I'm being egotistical and I'm trying to make, but it's really because you getting your money's worth. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
Exactly, man. So that's what's up. And that's what I think people need to wake up and realize when you're doing brand deals, when people approach you, don't sell yourself down, but at the same time, don't put money first, because money matters. But sometimes the door that may open is greater than the amount of money that you would have charged. You know what I'm saying?
I see.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, man.
Yeah. So exactly.
People just gotta
be wise. Move calculated for sure. That's one thing.
So guys, you heard it. Book him, or if you don't want to, get the fuck out of the DMs.
That is not what I said.
If you can't afford it,
that is not what I said.
get out of the DM, man.
Get up.
You never taken anything?
I don't drink, I don't smoke, I'm Slate the clean.
And then?
Yeah, facts. That's me.
When was the last time you drank alcohol?
The only time I'm getting alcohol is if I'm drinking medicine. No, but real talk, obviously, like, go down pool, my face to suit to any dog. I know. Yeah. And that was years ago.
Why don't you drink though? You want a clean mind?
It's just
maybe one day when you.
I guess it's also the way I grew up, man. My parents don't drink, don't smoke, so I never really got exposed to all that. If I'm getting exposed to that, it's like from other family members. And like, the way I would view it as a kid is, when these people are intoxicated, they act a certain way, at which I didn't like that. I didn't like that image of when these people drink, this is what they do. So I stayed away from that. It's like if I told you that if you go in a certain place, you're gonna perish or you're gonna die. I don't want to use the word die in case you get demonetized or whatever. Yeah. Now you won't go in that place because your whole life you've known, if I go in that place, I'm gonna die. So that was, to me, that's what drugs and alcohol was. I've seen people's downfall be because of that. The same relationship with women. I've been super careful with who I associate myself with because
you're that guy who's gonna be a player, like just see bums and just sleep with them.
Nah.
You don't sleep with a lot of women. You like keep it at one.
My dog, you know, I'm a man. We are men. Temptation comes. But you gotta keep your belt on to stay out of trouble.
Did you hear that, Buddha Ben?
This guy's gonna get you in trouble.
Like this one, like how are you, like in terms, I'm not saying you're replying to them, but
Yeah.
are the DMs like a lot, are the DMs like full of calls, or
Yeah.
you could say that, and you ignore like all of them, you're like, nah, this is a distraction.
No, to ignore, because here's the thing, when the DM comes, bro, you gotta evaluate onto like, where's this going? I can't say I'm ignoring. I try to respond to as many supporters, because many of these people are my supporters, man. If I ignore these people, I'm losing my currency. The people who play my music are my currency, because they're the ones that come to my shows. They're the ones that stream my music. They're the ones, I'm eating with these people. Obviously. So I can't now act high and mighty and just be like, nah, they're not worth my time.
Worth your time, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If a person hits me up, but now at the same time, many of my supporters just text me saying, well, I'm fit.
Yeah, because the song.
Yeah, like, where's this going? Well, I'm fit. Even my agent was like, yo, dog, tell your supporters or whoever, get straight to the point when they contact you. Because, like, obviously, okay, those I might not. If you just send me a hi, then I might overlook that, because it's like, what's this? Why am I driving this conversation, but you hit me up?
Yeah.
But if you text me saying, yo, this is me and this, I come from this place, listen, I'm a big fan, whatever, that's what I'm saying. Then we might keep the conversation going. That's me. I'm not gonna, who's this person? They have 30 followers. No,
Who the hell are
that's
you?
That's never me. Nah,
that's not my.
That's not my.
Hey man, speaking of HOLA MFETHU, it would be very weird for me if you've never did a call named HOLA. Because that's the first sentence. HOLA MFETHU.
Come use the man HOLA.
Have you ever dated a girl named HOLA, or is the song about HOLA, or is just a song? Who's HOLA, man? We need to tag HOLA.
Nah. Must tell you, fun fact, when we were doing own brand freestyle, the name HOLA just said, because it rhymed with HOLA MFETHU. And then my HOLA MFETHU just became the catchphrase after that. Later on, I then realized, like, hey, maybe sometime perhaps there could have been a girl in the past who was HOLA. But that could just be a myth. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not confirming, no denying.
There's definitely an HOLA there.
Nah.
No HOLAs in your life. But I just want to ask you, man, because you're proud of making your music in Xhosa. It's very important to stay to your roots and not like try to rap in English all the time. Because I'm not saying that you don't, because you do mix. You say Xhosa. I just want to ask you, like, what do you think about Xhosa rap in the future? Do you think like it's gonna boom, or do you think people always look at it, always like put it there at the bottom? Or do you think like Xhosa rap is it's the future?
The things that I've seen, number one, we had people like Ifani shake the game. Xhosa rap.
He started. I feel like he started it. Not initially, but he
mainstream. You could make that argument, because before that, Xhosa rap was mostly just spaza. You know what I'm saying? You had Dlalang and Majestic. Like all those classics. Those are what started. Xhosa rap was more, spaza, we're chilling with the gents, we're doing this, we're rapping, we're putting this is big in the streets, it's not mainstream. I find he does his thing, we putting Xhosa rap. I think he was one of the very first people, if not the first person to put us
on the map.
Now, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I have to say he was one of the very first, because even as a kid, I grew up listening to, like I said, gospel and all that music, but with my pops being the person that he is, he used to play hip hop, right? And then SA hip hop was a thing when I was like, what? You can rap like double HPs, pro kids, like, yo, you could do this in your own language, which then sparked the thing in me where I'm like, at first, I mean, we're rapping. I'm expressing myself in English because, I go to an English school, that's all of that. So that was like second nature. And when I started rapping, like I said, it was off the older heads. So like the Drakes and all of that, their first influence was the Americans. Therefore, English rapping was first nature. But the more I became better, I was like, hey man, let me express myself to the maximum ability, embrace who I am. Bro, I live in the Rainbow Nation. There's no ways there's 11 official languages and I'm stuck rapping in the one of the language. The clear skinned guy. And I'm black. Am I melanin? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Nah. I had to express myself. It's not that I'm shaming one language.
Yeah.
It's just to express myself better and to make myself unique. I had to just diversify, add the languages. I've had Spanish in my music too. And I'll continue to keep
Spanish?
on making.
Damn, bro.
I'm not fluent, but yeah. Duolingo came in clutch. Shout out Duolingo. That's where we learned the Spanish. Yeah. Dora the Explorer. So it's maximum.
Bro, imagine if you went international. How South Africa would be proud of you to be mainstream in America and rap in Xhosa. I know a lot of people will not understand you, but imagine how would that feel for you too? Like you will literally be the first person.
We're getting streams internationally right now as we speak, though.
I'm speaking like you become like essentially a Tyler.
Oh, like that.
You move there, you sign deals there, and you break there, you're collaborating with Drakes and you're doing it in Xhosa, all of it.
It's not impossible. Shoma Josie did it. But not in Xhosa, but in her language.
In her language, and she got canned. She got canned a lot, man. She got replaced by Tyler, man. You know?
Oh no, okay. Nah, Tyler's doing big things right now, for sure.
Yeah.
Shout out Tyler. Nah. It's beautiful, man. And I just think that the way I'm doing things, we gotta mix the language, embrace it. I'm never gonna lose my South African nationality because one of the things that make me who I am, some of the things that make me cool. Yeah. No, I'm saying Dikyan. Yeah, before I'm a rapper, Dikyan.
Jan's forever.
Yeah, so they gotta know. Let them know. Sweat crabs, Dikyan as a crabs through and through. If you didn't know, now you know.
So, bro, speaking on, I think this month is Mental Health Month.
Yes.
For men.
Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to we've seen a lot of suicide on social media, and I think Jay Molly, he was trying to commit suicide and stuff like that on Instagram.
Yeah, that was scary.
Yeah, we see a lot of suicide around men mostly. So I just wanted to ask you, it's a two-way question. Like, how do you view suicide right now, and how are you doing? How is Slate doing right now, mentally?
Mentally.
Yes.
Hey man, number one, how do I view suicide? Number one, I never really see it as an option for those, but people go through different walks, they go through different traumatic things, and for them, the only solution is to end it all, and that's on them, right? I would never advocate for that, but at the same time, I'll never shame the person.
You never shame the person.
I was never in their shoes, So it's very hard for me to say, never being in a situation where I've ever thought of that, like resorted to, like I'm ending,
Yeah.
Whereas you see, for me, what's different is I'm Christian. So when I'm down and out, I speak to the Lord.
Speak to the God.
I speak to the Lord I try to speak to him every day, because that's me. And that's how I deal with everything. I deal with it by praying and speaking about it in my music. Everything you've ever heard in my music is what I was thinking at the time I was writing or recording it.
Yeah.
So that's how I deal with the situations. I pray about it, I write it down, I say it out. That's how I try not to suppress, because that's when it actually kills you. Speak to somebody, speak out.
It doesn't have to be family sometimes, because sometimes people are afraid to speak to family because they're gonna get
judgment.
And in our culture, it's like
especially in Xhosa. I
suicide and
what you say? I'm depressed.
Yeah. You can never speak about those things.
Yeah.
Man, you feel like
depressed.
There's no suicide. There's no depression.
No. The African culture, even though I think we might be getting better to it, the parents are trying to be educated now with that sort of things, but it's still real, man. It's still real. The mental health, especially as a matya, you know what I'm saying? It's never, from as a kid, from like as early as like 3-4 years old, what's the first thing you told? Indo Daikad.
Even now, man.
You get hurt, you don't think of crying. I remember I was speaking to the gents, and I was like, gents, like, when was the last time you cried? You know what I'm saying? Like, when was the last time you cried? You can't remember, right? Because to us, it's not even a thing. Even in a situation where you really think like, you should be crying. it's like it doesn't happen.
Because you've been told.
It's like, mentally you suppressed it so far below that it's a thing that is not even natural to you anymore. And I think that's super crazy. Because as humans, bro, in nature, even animals cry. You know what I'm saying? It's what you were supposed to do. But that goes to say, man, that's how it is. That's the state. And it's okay, gents. Cry, speak to someone. Be like, yo, dog, I'm not okay, dog. I'm going through this and this and this. And
sometimes people get afraid to do that because some people might expose those chats.
Yes.
People might expose those chats, but people might use it against you.
Yes. Which is why you careful with who you let in, who you trust, what you say. You're right. It's very difficult to confide in somebody because I don't know what you're going to do with that information.
A lot of who's going to see it. Maybe you could spread it out there.
Yes. I'm saying something to you in confidence, and you screenshot that and send it to the next, and now I'm trending. He's like, Slate the Great. I don't know.
He's going through something.
He's doing this and this. Yeah. So yeah, it is very true. It's very hard to trust in people, which is where the writing for me came in, which is where God came in. Because what is said here stays here. What is said here stays here. Until you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you heard it in the music.
You cry like in your room though, when you're alone. I cry. When I'm alone, fuck it.
You cry, man.
Fuck it, man.
Yeah, I think there was something that happened to us in the fam recently. I just told you, Nana, off cam, with that whole thing. That situation had me really emotional to a point where I ended up attending two sessions with a therapist, counselor. Yeah. And then the first session, I was like, and she's speaking to me like, it's okay. So, you know what I'm saying? That was the second session. I was like, okay, can we wrap this over? Like, I've said what I needed to say the next time, and believe it or not, the first session helped me, Crying may not be the solution right then and then, but it does kind of help alleviate the pressure, right? It does kind of, after that, you do kind of feel like lighter. You're like, okay, now what? Yeah. Okay, I've cried about it. Don't just cry again now, but I just cry. I get that. Move, bro. Move. Which is what I think that Indodaikali was supposed to be. As a man, don't just cry and just sit and keep it moving, dog. Don't just stay down. No
matter what you go through,
keep it going, my dog. Even if you cry and you move. Like I believe in the saying, I don't know who actually was the first person to say it. I heard Steve Harvey say it. They say, if you going through hell, keep going. Because why would you stay when you're in hell, So keep going, my dog. Keep it moving throughout the hell. Yeah. Cry and move on.
Speaking of that, moving on, we see it's very difficult for men who have been rejected by women moving on.
My dog.
It's like, like what do you say to guys like, I've wanted this woman for a very long time.
Yeah, says, and then she doesn't want you.
And then guys retaliate by being childish, like swearing at her or by beating her. Like, what's your message to them? Like,
don't do that. Don't do that. That's never cool.
It's hard to move on from a rejection though.
Yeah, but beating her, abusing her, that's never the solution. If she doesn't want you, what makes you think she'll want you after you've beat her? That's zero logic. It's like, I've just hurt you. What makes you think you're gonna stay with me? Like, I'll never. In fact, that's one thing where if I find a person where I've associated with you and I catch you're on that type of timing, hey, my dog, you're changing that or we cutting ties. You know what I'm saying? So, I can't be hanging with people caught in things where you're beating women. Dog.
Even if like in a group there's a serial cheater. Even if in a group there's a serial cheater, would you cut them off or would you be like, nah, dog, keep doing your thing?
No. As a man, there's no such thing as a cheating can. You should say this. Can I cheat? A man is honest. A man, if one of the gents is cheating, we're taking him and we're hanging over the bridge and we're calling his girl, say apologize right now. And cut off every other girl. That's what men do. Men don't cheat.
Can I cheat?
What
about colored niggas?
And
what about colored niggas? Imagine if hypothetically speaking, there was a colored guy in your group. He was like a serial cheater. And
there's no such thing. Yo, man. There is no cheater in my group.
And he's like, yo, man.
We're all loyal to the soil. Unless the soil is in the next neighborhood causing a madness. Then it's a different story. Otherwise...
keep going, man. Keep doing your thing.
I'm my dog. I just gotta do me. You do you.
Yeah.
If you get caught, you get caught. It's got nothing to do with me. I know my truth, and I know me and the squad are loyal to the soil.
Yeah.
If you are dating a homie of mine, trust me, you've got a king, and you're being treated like a queen or a princess. Yeah.
There's no niggas in your squad spanking bums, different bums every week.
No.
Nah. I see. But the last question that I want to ask you, and I love asking people this question. Where do you see yourself in the future? Like, okay, not necessarily, like in 5 years' time, where do you see yourself?
You know what's crazy there? Quick short story. The Slate that you know now is like a prayer and a manifestation of a Slate that was in high school, you know. So I might say I'm planning for 5 years, but God might have other plans and say quicker than 5 years, longer than 5 years, right? I'm telling you that I'm trying to be successful. I need to have my family straight, right? I'm trying to build a legacy, you know, whether it's done in 5 years, whether it's more than 5 years. Slate the Great must be a household name, you know. At the moment now, we might catch people saying, Slate the who?
Yeah.
Slate the who? Nah, Slate the Great will be a household name. Whether they like it or not, it's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Whether in my timing or in God's timing, it's going to happen. Where do I see myself? Successful in my business ventures. Yeah, my dog. I don't know what else to tell you.
You don't want to say too much.
I don't want to say too much.
I don't want to. Not everybody's a supporter.
No, but trust. Obviously, in the music space, making the madness, creative space as a whole. Business ventures that they've started embarking on now already. I need to see those. I need to be harvesting from those in due time. You know, I've already started, and all praise to Elohim, to God for that.
Shout out to God, man.
Shout out Skydad, for real.
Shout out to him, man.
Shout out Skydad.
Hey, man, just one last question. How do you think you're going to handle the fame?
How am I going to handle the fame?
Do you think you're going to be like an egotistical guy, or will you be the most humble?
Fun fact, I had a taste of this with Own Brand Freestyle. I don't know if you remember Own Brand Freestyle. When it came out, it was like huge, right?
Yeah.
And it came to a point where I was still at the plaza by the time it blew up, right? So everywhere I went, I'd get recognized and all of that. So for me, that time I had already gotten a taste like, yo, this is actually how it be, right? Now it's calm. It's like, okay, I'll spot a supporter like once a day and all that. It's fine. It's manageable.
Yeah.
That time, hey man, I know it could be overwhelming because of the person that I am. I'm an ambivert, you know. But one thing that I've always thought to keep important is staying down and not changing who I am, no matter the situation. The Slate that you're seeing right now, I'm pretty sure you've noticed when we were speaking off cam, I haven't switched off. I'm still the same person.
You're still the same guy, man. There's no fake vibe.
There's no fake. That's one thing.
Like that.
I keep my 10 toes down and my head looking up for direction. You know what I'm saying? I try and listen to his voice more than his own voice. Don't try it, because there are some moments where you get caught in the motion. It's like, hey, then I have to slow down. You know, I'm stuck in a room now. I'm chilling with this person, and I'm like, what? This is me. You know, those moments come. It's like, yo, slow down.
Because I remember, I wouldn't say it's fame or anything like that. Because I remember when I was working with my girl, right?
Yeah.
And her friend, right, another guy who was working with my girl.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm like, yo, my name is Tolu. He's like, he always like, you that podcast guy.
Yes.
And in my mind, I was like, I've made it.
You made it. Yeah. Time. Yeah. The moment
he's like,
you get recognized.
You that podcast guy. I'm like, yeah, man. He's like, oh, yeah, I've watched your podcast. I've seen it.
Exactly, my dog.
And I'm like, fuck, man. But it's not fame yet. It's not just a recognition.
My dog, it's like that. What you have to do is, when it comes, learn how to navigate it.
Yeah.
Try not to lose who you are. You know what I'm saying? Where the people are like, hey, yo, when he's off camera, he's such a prick. You know, like he's the worst person. He's cocky, he's this, that. Try not to taint your image by acting immaturely, by letting things of not much substance get to your head. You know, stay grounded, stay humble. Realize you are who you are because of the people. The people are the ones watching you. The people are the ones streaming my music. The people are the ones supporting my business. The people are the ones, and so on and so forth. The moment you realize that you are where you are because of that,
Without them, you're nothing.
Without them, I'm nothing. Which is why
you just Slate, they're not great.
without the people, I'm Slate the meh.
Slate, they're not great. Yeah.
It's like Slate
but
the
I
who?
appreciate you, my dog, man. I think we're gonna wrap this up now.
Yeah, my dog, and thank you for having me.
Any last words that you just want to say to the people?
Support your people, and if you see a person that you know starting a business, support that, man.
Yeah.
Because you never know what you're doing, man. Plant a seed. You know, we all get to somewhere because somebody believed in us. So don't be that person to close doors
and gatekeep.
Because in gatekeep, you know, you can't want to eat alone.
Don't be a maporisa, basically.
And don't be maporisa.
And gatekeep.
And gatekeep. Oh, no, what? No. I was reading something off, and I was just saying whatever. No. I don't.
We all know Maporisa as a gatekeeper, man. It's
I don't know that. I've never met him. I don't know that.
No, man.
But yeah, basically, I want to just say I'm working on a mixtape right now. It's called The Becoming. It's gonna be out. Wait, when's this out?
You don't know.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, then it's gonna be out.
I'm fast with editing,
in August 9th. That's the release date for the first time ever. We're working on music videos right now for specific songs, various songs on the project. We know with Buta Ben right now. Shooting on all sorts of things. We're working overtime all the time. Last words, keep on doing you, keep on winning. Whatever you are doing, keep on keeping on. Don't let what is happening right now stop you or misdirect you. If you have a dream, believe in it. Because if you don't, then nobody else will. So man, keep on keeping on, and
that's it, man.
But I'm fair to this your man for Slate the Gun, Slate the Goat, Slate the Great is my name. And you've been here at the South Seekers recording studio.
And you've been watching the Afternoon Podcast with Michael Max. Like, subscribe, comment on the video, guys. See you next time.
Well, I'm fit.